let's get into recaps.
Okie
There's
dokie.
two things we want to talk about. One is the newest Wander, which is the family reunion and the rival.
Mm-hmm.
Family reunion, we finally see Sylvia's home planet and family. And it's kind of
her
like
home planet of Bedrock.
Yeah. And it's kind of a Diane Nguyen situation where she's got a bunch of chowderhead brothers.
Oh, the worst.
They're still better than Diane's brothers. Diane's brothers are the absolute worst.
Oh, definitely. And her family in general is better than Diane's family. Because her mom is, like, a cool lady.
I was like, okay, this is pretty interesting, and I wonder where it's gonna go. But then, like, when the ending thing happened, like that last turn, and like she has that confrontation with her mom, that's when I told Nikki, like, dog, no, you have to watch this because we have to talk about it.
Yeah. It was, and with the photo of her dad and baby her, you know.
But just like when, like, just because I was expecting it to be one of those episodes where it's like, you know, the parent and or family doesn't approve of what they're doing with their life and their calling, and then by the end of the episode it's like, oh, I get it now. Yeah. But it's like, no, like the mother's been on this from the jump and she's done nothing but love and support her.
Yeah. I mean, her brothers are dinguses, they don't know anything, but
yeah, they just don't know better.
It's whatever. And the grandma's
racist.
I love how
she was so right.
Just assumed that Wander was gonna steal from her all the time.
That was the real because when there was that initial wave and she just kind of like yanks her purse to the other side of her, I was like, oh my god.
Well, because she thought he was like a hippie homeless man, hobo, which he kind of is.
She's like,
yeah, I mean, he is.
She's the epitome.
That is a motion that racist people make when they see a person of a race they don't like.
Yeah.
Like that. She's literally xenophobic because it's aliens.
Yeah.
I love how all the food on Sylvia's homeworld is gigantic.
Even like the tub of margarine.
Everything's huge.
She's a dinosaur. She's an alien dinosaur horse.
But it's not proportional to their size. It's hard to carry all that food. And the teeny tiny peeler for the potatoes. Why do they even make her peel those potatoes? They just eat meat. Oh my god.
All that meat and no potatoes.
But the little scene where you know, Wander wants a salad and the family's like, what's a salad? And Sylvia finds him a little lettuce leaf and he just nibbles on it like the cutest little caterpillar man.
That was the shot I was talking about earlier. It's so choice. Is Wander a vegetarian? Because it would make sense.
I think so. I mean, you gotta be if you're Wander.
Yeah, it seems very congruous with the rest of his personality. But to my knowledge, they haven't.
His race could also be herbivorous.
Yeah.
True. But he just wants to be friends with anybody. I can't imagine him wanting to eat something that he could alternatively be friends with.
Yeah. No one tell him plants are alive.
I mean, there are probably plants with feelings and shit in this crazy galaxy.
Yeah, he doesn't eat those plants.
He probably just like if he ever finds like any kind of roughage outdoors, he probably like leans over like, you're not sentient, right? It's okay to pick you out of the ground. Okay, just making sure.
It's like one of those
checks. Say something if you're 100% okay with it.
He's like an ultra vegan, like vegans that only eat food that gives their consent to be eaten.
Yep. In this galaxy, absolutely.
Yeah. And I was so happy that they did this episode, because I remember back in our Wander episode, I talked about how I wanted them to do an episode about them meeting Sylvia's family. And they did, and it was great.
Wander shared your sentiments. He was stoked.
Yeah. Like, Wander was like, but Sylvia, we have to... Do you want to meet my family? And the thing with the stick... You can only talk if you have the stick.
He just went he just went full fucking like counselor mode.
Yeah, like oh, it was delightful.
Like I'm just like you're just gonna walk out of every therapist's office like, you're not Wander. Bullshit.
And then the rival was our hater-centered episode for this section. And
whoever boarded this, just you're the greatest at drawing hater.
Yes, you are.
He had some amazing expressions
and dances.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There was some great, well, not great, hilarious dude butt in this episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Captain.
It's not. It wasn't great dude butt.
Well, yeah, because it's Captain Awesome and it's Captain Awesome. He's dead now, so I guess it doesn't matter. He totally died.
He's dead now. Like Craig McCracken just tweets like with no context, like minutes after the episode's finished airing. He's dead now.
But yeah, like Peepers and Hater spying on Dominator, and they see that Awesome comes aboard her ship, and they're like, "What?" And Hater's like, "Oh, of course they're dating, and I'm sad and wah."
And Peepers is like, "They're collaborating. I'm sad.
We're gonna die."
And then like basically they're trying to figure out which one of them is right. Like,
yeah.
Are they hooking up, or are they like teaming up?
Yeah.
And what it ends up being is Dominator's under the impression that they're hooking up, but it was all a ploy to hook up.
Yeah, Dominator, wanted the weapon because Awesome said that he had a weapon, and Dominator was like, "Yeah, sure, okay, fine, I'll listen to you and your stupid ass."
But it turns out the weapon was just his sick guns.
I like how Hater and Peepers kind of get along very well in this episode. Because, they're usually always bickering at each other.
Yeah, but at this one they got up to some shenanigans. It was great.
Yeah, it was really funny.
They had the same goal for different reasons.
Yeah. And it was, and Hater's face. And then the end was like, "She knows my name! She called you an idiot. An idiot whose name she knows!"
That sequence was amazingly boarded. Like, both of their expressions were just so great. Oh, I was loving it.
Like, giant round...
the show. Watch the show.
That toothy
Holy
grin.
Shit.
Oh, it was beautiful.
We already did an episode. Don't make us do another one.
It's so good. Go watch it.
Watch it.
I made a tweet earlier, which was contextual to all this. So, like, while we were watching Harvey Beaks, is like a lot of the episodic stuff like doesn't get fandom because there's not that fucking Lost-esque hook of the whole overarching character plot drama.
Well, yeah, you can't ship anybody, and you can't come up with conspiracy theories. So what's the point?
And I hate it because I know these shows are just they still make you feel things. They're still quote unquote the feels, and I would argue that they're even better at that because they're not bogged down by anything else.
Yeah.
Not that the other shows are bogged down by it, but it's like they're going for something like they have so much to offer, and like it's not.
Yeah, they do one thing at a time.
They're not getting the same
love
buzz
that they should be getting.
Fucking, it's not this zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Remember, I don't know about you guys. Like, when I was a kid, I just watched everything.
Yeah, more or less.
I just watched every cartoon, especially if it was good.
I tried every cartoon, certainly.
Especially if it was good, but that wasn't a necessity by any means.
Yeah.
No, absolutely no.
That's
I just
true.
watched whatever was on TV. It's how I've built my mental palace of garbage.
Yeah, like, these shows are delightful, and it's like, yeah, they're all kids, so you can't ship them together, you monster. Like, Greenblatt has gotten some asks about it, and he's like, guys, they're kids.
9.
They're 9.
But speaking of other feel-good shows, we want to talk briefly about the newest Clarence, because...
Oh,
That's
yes!
another good one.
It's really sort of a cross-section of... what these 3 kids are at their heart.
It was really good.
It's also the best. Like, those teenagers were fucking blasted out of their brains, and they were written very realistically.
I knew you guys were gonna love those guys. They were perfect. And it was totally Greg Sipes as the one-toothed boy.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah. The episode was called Attack the Block Party. And
Which is the best title?
Yeah, I have got to see that movie.
Right?
I hear
Me
it's
too.
extremely good.
Clarence, Jeff, and Sumo are all watching TV at their own homes and have like a walkie-talkie radio call. And Jeff and Clarence are watching this alien movie. This really sad alien movie, actually.
It's E.T.
Yeah. But, like, the kids didn't reject E.T. They loved him.
But, like, that shot where, like, the spaceship opens up, like, I'm pretty sure that was directly from E.T., but I haven't seen E.T. since I was, like, 11 or something.
Yeah, so they're watching this movie, and, you know, Jeff and Clarence are kind of having this existential talk about aliens a little bit. Meanwhile,
Sumo's watching monster trucks?
Sumo's watching monster trucks, and then Clarence sees a light go by his window. He's like, it's an alien! And it's just one of Benson's dumb, expensive toys. But so they're like, oh shit, we have to go check this out, oh my gosh! So he and Jeff, like, want to go check it out, and Sumo... Meanwhile,
this is the best shot in the episode. In a great, good, extremely great episode. This is the money. It's Jeff watching. I don't know what this program is, but it's footage of a muscular woman doing bicep curls while surfing, and he's just mesmerized. And then another,
and then like a more muscular woman shows up, and he's, like, about to have an episode.
And all the dogs are surrounding him, too, like, all, like, panting.
They can smell it on him.
He's just like, oh.
And I don't know what's going on, but something's going on.
They keep trying to, and Jeff and Clarence keep trying to talk to him. He's like, yeah, what? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like,
what? Nothing. Shut up.
Like, as soon as I saw that, I had to message Tooch and be like, Tooch, this one is after your own.
Oh, Sumo's my son. And then at the actual party itself, for some reason, he's just like a babe magnet.
Well,
and he doesn't know how to handle it.
He's entranced by the whole situation, because the twist is, like, the kids hop in upon a high school party. And they think they're aliens, because they're all so weird looking, and they do things that don't make any sense to them whatsoever.
That, like, thing where he was swinging the other guy around on his back.
I feel like it was college. I feel like it was a college party.
Maybe it was a college party. I don't know.
Because, like...
Well, they all had, like, acne and stuff.
Yeah, it would be really great if you just stopped having acne in college.
Well, like, Jeff was like,
no, sometimes, depending on your lifestyle in college, your acne could get worse.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was a crazy party, and, like, you know, I love the goof, because the aliens in the cartoon had these, like, weird ear things, and then the first alien that Clarence sees is a kid with,
the fucking...
what's
gauges.
The
big gauges.
Giant gauges in his ears. And it was
hilarious. Like the kid's just rolling. Like this guy's just rolling with it because he's stoned.
He's high as
he went outside to chill out because he could not handle it inside.
Inside was a college party, so it's the worst.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so glad Jeff hosed him.
Oh my god, you gotta hose him down.
Thank you, Nina.
You're very welcome. And like what we were saying earlier, the three boys get kind of separated in this party, even though they're all at the same party. Clarence is in the back, kind of existentializing about, you know, the nature between human and alien relationships and diversity and difference, and
these guys are ready to follow him like a religion.
Yeah, you know. And then
they're into it.
One tooth boy, Greg Sipes, who I think is on meth. Like, what the fuck? Comes out. And they just sort of chill and, like, they listen to everything it says. The one kid's like, hey, dude, check out this cool baby I met.
Yeah!
Meanwhile, Jeff is like, oh my god, aliens are real. I have to get, specimens. I gotta get samples. I gotta study these people. Like, he's just, like, having the time of his life. And then Sumo walks in, and he's like, what is everything?
I mean, it was... First of all, Sumo's like the life of the party at first. Like, he puts on that he puts on like a blindfold and makes people throw fruit into his mouth as a game.
Yeah. Well, he starts by turning up the music. Like, his inner party animal comes out. He's like, what is this? And he turns it up and he's like, oh.
It's a very animalistic, like, caveman response. And it turns out that's what everybody is there for.
I mean, yeah. Again, college party.
And then, and because of that, he blends right in, even though he's a kid and not drunk, or high or on meth. And then all the girls are, like, fascinated by this, like, small gooberman.
Yeah.
and Sumo's like, oh.
It's not even like, oh no, girls are gross. It's like, what? I don't know what to do.
What do I do?
Yeah.
And then,
oh my god,
that
pimply
bit at
frog
the end where he gets the ride home from that girl.
Oh my god.
And he's just like, do you like surfing? What? Never mind, guy.
He already has his fetish and he's so young. I love that. He wants to date a woman that can crush him and also surf at the same time.
Oh no, that's my boy.
I love that pimply toad teenager in that scene where he's like trying to talk to that girl. And it's like so sad and real.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh man.
And like because like the thing that makes it the realest is because he sits down and there's that clear look on her face that she knows he's there, but she's blatantly ignoring him in the hopes that he doesn't want to talk to her.
Yeah, I've been there so many times.
And he also does that thing, and I've done this. I was doing this at SBX, where you talk too fast for somebody to tell you to go away.
Yeah. And so Jeff hoses them down. Clarence determines it's time to go, and Sumo is driven home by a college-aged girl.
God.
Everybody learned a lot that night. That was the most formative moment of all of their lives so far.
I feel like mostly Sumo, because like Sumo never went with the bit. Like Sumo was like, I forget exactly how he said it, but like there's no such a thing as aliens.
Yeah. Well, Clarence learned a lot too. He really expanded his.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mind. In a very different way. I don't want to throw.
Clarence learned in like a Socratic way where he just expounded to himself out loud and like taught himself the meaning of existence.
Yeah. Because he had never thought about it before until he saw the movie. Like, he went outside and looked at the sky and was like, what if they have eyes on their feet? And was trying to imagine it. Like, it was such a child thing to do, but like so real.
The most and this is why I believe we need to let children prosper and be creative with their minds and not box them in, because the idea that aliens have parents too was foreign to him. But then he also says, I just thought you like just what was it like? It wasn't just coagulated somewhere. Yeah, and I was like, that's good, Clarence. That's good sci-fi. Don't stop thinking like that. Otherwise, like, don't like stop making like lizard titties. Sci-fi as a genre.
Like, I don't want to necessarily say it like a definitive superlative here, but this is definitely one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah, we've mentioned this 6 times in this episode already. It's hard to get a read on what Clarence is going to do. This feels very much inside the realm of what you expect from Clarence, and it's just perfect from all 3 of the main characters. Yeah. It's just an incredible episode.
The college kids at the end were like, you can come back anytime, buddy, but like I hope they never do. And like these college kids just like grow up and like, who the fuck were those like 10-year-olds at that one party? They changed all our lives.
Well, if Meth Sparkle Boy still lives. by that point. He has one tooth.
That's gonna be the next thing that someone says. Like, hey, remember that one party that those kids were at? Like, oh yeah, that was before Greg died.
Before Greg died in that alligator accident.
Yeah, like it won't even be because of the drugs. Like, oh yeah, he covered his whole body in glitter, and like it soaked, like it caught up his pores, and he like sweat to death.
No, I said the alligator accident.
I don't get it.
He had an accident with an alligator because he did too much meth. I was going for something a little more absurdist.
Oh,
man!
We're in Arizona. There's no alligators.
You don't need to be on meth to get killed by an alligator. I guess it helps.
That's a great mug. That's a great mug to bring to your office.
You don't need to be on meth to get killed by an alligator.
And then the other side of the mug is, but it helps.
All right, now we're done.
All right, so we got some shout-outs from our lovely fans. Dylan says, thanks for giving me things to do while I don't do my homework.
Yup.
That's what the internet is for. Joshua sent us a story about the newest Ever After High special. Joshua sent us a story about the newest Ever After High special, and I didn't really want to cover it because these two goobers haven't seen it, and I don't want their moment to be ruined for them.
I mean, I read that email too, so like the headline, I was like, oh, that's a thing that happens.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
But, I mean, like, I'll still enjoy it because I have no context, and honestly, I kind of forget who that character is, so.
Yeah, but yeah, thanks for sharing with me. That special is amazing, and I love it.
We should probably just do that special. Like, we should catch up and then do that special.
Maybe we could do a Tiny Goons.
Yeah, we could. Toby sent us an email while we were at PAX. A really sweet email about how they like our show and how they've been trying to do a Toon Goofs, but it's hard. They just wanted to say how we've really inspired them to pursue their animation dreams, even though they're only a little teen goober. Which I love that.
No, that's exactly when you need to start.
Exactly.
Holy shit, you're so much better off than me right now.
Definitely.
I decided to do this when I was like 23.
Yeah, because you
don't wait.
It's like what Jake said, like, you have to be bad at stuff until you can get kind of good at stuff. So the earlier you start, the sooner you'll be kind of good at it.
Yeah, starting out now as like a youth is good because you have the mentality of like, okay, well I'm young and I don't have no experience, so I'm gonna be bad at this. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here going like, I should be so much better right now because I'm a grown man.
And they wanted to ask if we've been watching the Dragon Ball Super series. I have not. I do want to. My life is like... I'm
waiting for that to get dubbed.
Yeah. Probably.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And if the dub is out, I'm waiting for like the first season, I guess, to be over, even though if it's going by the traditional method that they usually do, it's just gonna keep being made. But I'm gonna wait a while.
Yeah.
Plus you get the nice updated Blu-ray animation.
At Real Grey Bob said they really liked our Gravity Falls finale episode. Thank you.
I think that was the goof. That's what we actually talked about that episode. Because our episode about Akira, our episode about Rocky.
Yeah. Samantha said that we're their favorite podcast. Thank you. Charlie, a huge shout out to our new buddy Charlie that we met at MagFest.
Yeah!
He tweeted out, "Learn that the Toon Goons go hard. Nikki, you almost punched me 4 times during Avalanche. If I don't see you tomorrow, hope I do. Had a blast." Yeah, we had our little meetup at MagFest, and Charlie was the only one we ran into, but he was a super cool guy, and we had a lot of fun.
On leave from Korea to see our dumbasses. And also like everyone else at MagFest, but that's super cool.
Yeah.
I want to make it clear, I did not punch him. I go hard, but I'm very aware of my space when I'm in a concert.
I mean...
It looks like he's not, but trust him.
I mean, he's never seen you do that before, Nikki. If a guy... Like, imagine you've never met you, and then you do, and then they're punching...
My very first MagFest My very first MagFest was an eye-opening experience. I was just like, oh, okay, so this is happening. All right, cool.
Yeah. And because we did not know each other super duper well yet. Well, actually, we like one car ride and it's like, okay, we got this guy. But yeah, we had never hung out before, and then I'm just like fucking doing every hip hop dance at once, but badly.
I think the thing that stuck in my head is like, okay, so Nikki's the kind of person that has a tier list of how deep Donkey Kong Country cuts get.
I absolutely do.
Yes, indeed.
So the other MagFest thing that I wanted to make sure we talked about was the game we all tested out.
Yes, definitely.
It's called Gygar Gun, the Monster World RPG. It's very, very prototype right now. Like the dude's still working on it. His name's Andrew Duffy.
It's a tabletop RPG that is based in a world where giant robots and giant monsters have just existed for decades, and everyone's kind of over it. And you play as members of a guard. I think that was called the Guard,
They're called the Guard.
Yeah, they were just called the Guard.
Yeah, who were the original guys to fight back against these giant monsters. But in the interim period, the cops or whatever and the military has their own branches, so the world sees you as a bunch of irrelevant ding-dongs. And it's we didn't get to play as much as we would have liked because we were busy with other stuff, but it seems very cool.
We got into it. We got into it. Like, we weren't sure what we were getting into, but like once we were actually playing it and the rules got explained to us, and there was that, we got past that whole initial thing of like, oh, we got to spend like so long learning the rules to a new tabletop game, and that's always a slug. But
once we got past all that absolutely necessary stuff, like that's not criticism, that's just an unavoidable reality of tabletop games.
That's my criticism of tabletop games as a genre. That's why I don't play a lot of them, because it's like I got to do homework first.
Yeah, like Monopoly may suck dick, but everyone knows how to play it. That's why people play it. It's just, we already know.
So it's Gygargun, GIGARGUN .wordpress.com. So check it out. I'm assuming we didn't really get into talking too much shop, but I would assume he's probably going to try to crowdfund it. So anyway, we can help with that. So I'm going to keep tabs on that. There's also
definitely check that out.
Since it's giant robots. Since it's giant robots, the next time I record Metrospective, I'm going to go into more detail about exactly all that bullshit with Devin, because then we'll be, talking stuff that's germane to the thing. So, but for right now, like, it's like, just know that it has like my seal of approval as somebody who cares way too much about this bullshit.
Okay.
And I've played a decent amount of D&D, and it seemed like a well-constructed game. We got a shout-out from @GearFeathers, which I really appreciated. Was that she appreciated my Chips Challenge 2 reference that you guys didn't think anybody would appreciate.
We got a lot of tweets about the code from our last episode, which I have no idea what it said. Tooch, what did it say?
Let me try and remember exactly what it said. It said, Tooch cut a bit where Nikki reviewed Street Fighter V. It wasn't funny.
One
person at Seaweed Queen did manage to decode it.
Plarcy was just like, if this doesn't actually code for something, you're all dead to me. And Mayor Person was just like, I can't be arsed to translate that, assholes. It's like, I'm glad you guys had fun.
Mer Person's a good friend of mine from way back.
Oh, cool. AdV3, just talking about how they've been listening to our podcast while they're moving, and they suggested Watamote, which I think could be a very interesting discussion, especially for us three people in particular. Maybe next Japanuary.
I forget what that one's about.
That's the one about the girl who... Oh god, she has all the problems.
The really sleepy looking girl.
Yeah, who just doesn't understand how social interaction works.
Yeah, that one interested me.
Yeah,
I'll check that out.
David sent us an email, and he said that he asked his econ law professor about whether or not it's okay to subscribe to podcasts on the floor models at an Apple store, and he said no, it's definitely fraud. And they also asked about Gargantua on the Verdos Planet. I really do like that show a lot. I would like to cover it. I mean, it is a mech show, so I mean, Tooch and Devin kind of has their hands full, but, you know, I don't see why we can't do that in the future. I very much enjoyed that show.
Yeah, no.
And we got an email from Samantha, who sent us a very chunky email. It's one chunk, so it's kind of hard to, like, skim through it for highlights, but they're just saying that they like our show and they loved our Gravity Falls episode and suggesting some other shows that we could talk about, like Ladybug or Star vs. Forces of Evil and stuff. We're definitely going to talk about Star. Ladybug, I'm not so sure yet, because, I don't know, I feel like Ladybug skews very young, in a way.
I mean, not very.
It's not
young.
preschool young, but it's kind of like Power Rangers young.
I feel like it's less about the demographic and more about, like, just the writing. Like, the writing feels...
It's very repetitive, which isn't conducive to watching everything, to me, at least.
I feel like it's just a matter of, like, the bar's been raised. This show, I feel like Ladybug would have, like, killed, like, even a handful, even, like, a few years ago. Like, pre-Adventure Time.
It feels like a classic Saturday morning cartoon, and I didn't know we were still doing those.
We really shouldn't, because Saturday morning cartoons were their own thing, but then when they stopped being a thing, everyone realized, like, they weren't that good.
But yeah, thanks to everybody who tweeted and added us and commented on YouTube and stuff. You guys are great. Thank you for your patience in waiting for this episode, giving us a break for MagFest. We really appreciate it.
Our upcoming schedule is as follows. We're going to do another recap of a show that premiered last year that we love, which is Star vs. the Forces of Evil. That'll be next week. The week after that, we're going to talk about Kung Fu Panda, the movie franchise. Probably not going to touch the cartoon.
No. Sorry.
And then Home Movies, one of my favorite television shows of all time.
Mine as well.
Mine too.
Pretty great.
Fucking pinnacle of dialogue.
Yeah, I need whoever I end up with in life, I need them to know the show so we can, like, communicate with each other. Otherwise, like, how are we gonna like talk and tell jokes?
How are we gonna make this work?
It's like Nina and I watched it not that long ago, but it immediately became like so formative. We watched it as adults, and it became formative.
Yeah.
Oh, I grew like it was for real formative for me. I caught that on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
We're going super long, so I'm just going to only give out our Tumblr, which is the toongoons.tumblr.com. You can find everything there. That's everything. I've been Nikki.
I've been Nina.
I continue to be Tooch.
And thank you for tuning in.
Do